All right, so welcome back to another video. In this episode, we want to look at how we can integrate this definite integral. Right, so let's look at how we can deal with this particular problem. When you want to talk about integration and it's not in partial fraction form, then you're going to basically apply either U sub or trig sub or by parts. And by part, before you can apply by parts, you have to have product functions. That is two functions that are multiplying. So right here, what can we do? We can change this to a product function and deal with it using the by parts. So let's dive into it. So this function can be written as m e power negative m dm. Right? So once we have this, then we can say that our u should be equal to m. Okay? So in differentiating both sides, then we have the u is equal to the m. Right? We are differentiating both sides with respect to the variable. So you know that when you differentiate m, it's just like differentiating x, and that becomes 1 the m. Okay, so we choose this here to be the vein. So the vein here, the vein is going to be e power negative m dm. So we integrate both sides and we have vein equals integrating e power negative m is going to be e power negative m all over negative 1 because you are going to differentiate the negative m and that becomes negative 1. We use the negative 1 to divide the e power negative m. That becomes negative e power negative m. Once we have these parameters, we go ahead and employ the traditional formula for integration by part. So integration by part, which is giving us u v minus integral v du, we have this argument right here and right here. So we substitute and we have our u, which is m, and our v, which is e power negative m, and that is negative. So it's going to be negative m e power negative m minus integral v. V here is negative e power negative m, right? And the du is the m. Right? So we have this information here. We can go ahead and say that our integration is equal to negative m e power negative m. Then negative is going to be positive. So we have plus integral e power negative m dm. Okay, so we have this here. We can integrate it so easily. So we have this here negative m e power negative m plus when you integrate e power negative m, you're going to have negative e power negative m. So we have negative e power negative m, right? This is a definite integral, so there is no need adding a constant of integration because it's going to cancel out when you substitute the limits. Okay, so this is integrated over a limit 1 and 5, right? So let's substitute the limit and see. So when we do that, we're going to have 5 here is going to be minus 5 e power negative 5, right? Minus e power negative 5 right here. Minus this into minus 1 e power negative 1 minus e power negative 1. Okay? So we have this. So we can now say that our integration is minus 5 e power negative 5 minus e power negative 5. Okay? So this minus minus, right? So it's going to be plus e power negative 1 minus minus. So it's going to be plus e power negative 1. Right? So this minus 5, you can see that we are spotting same indices, right? We are spotting same indices over here. And indices said when you have the same basis and they are um, adding, you add the exponent. This is subtraction, and they have the same basis. So we add the coefficient and choose one base. Okay, so we're going to have our integration to be equal to -5 plus -1 becomes -6. So we have -6 e power -5. +1 plus +1 becomes +2. So we have plus 2 e power -1. Right? So finally, we can say that this integration is equal to 2 e power -1 minus 6 e power -5. And that becomes the integrand for this particular problem. So, ladies and gentlemen, the integration is very, very easy. You have to know your way out. You have to know the type of integration you are using, and it's going to be easy for you. So, 2 e power -1 minus 6 e power -5. And that becomes the final answer to this particular problem. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Don't forget to subscribe, share with your mate, and I'll give you more updates. Bye-bye.